Hello, I'd like to welcome you to Nail and Art with Lisa. I have a little sculpture video for us today. And our arting for today is Fanart of the Sheriff by Solidarity Gaming. He does all kinds of gaming, but I do enjoy his Minecraft content. This is Polymer Clay Super Sculpey. And I thought I'd tell you a little story about a sheriff named Jim. He lives out on a mesa where the cactuses grow. There's lovely color for as many miles as you can see. And miles in Minecraft are blocks. Sheriff Jim worked very hard building a mighty railroad. He has a gunpowder farm to make TNT and a law-abiding town called Tumbletown. The sheriff wanted law and order, but most of all he creates many cool buildings in an Old West style, but he really wants respect. In the land, the sheriff has many neighboring lands or empires, and if you look around, they go on, and some are in the sky. But try as hard as the sheriff could, the other empire rulers just didn't respect him. And they were possibly heard uttering things like Tiny Jim, Little Man, and other shaming of size phrases. Because you see, they say he's very small in stature. Then one day, Evil Buff Sheriff took over for Sheriff Jim, thinking that maybe then he could finally get some respect. But sadly, that just didn't improve the situation. The thing that no empire seemed to see in Sheriff Jim is that he may be tiny in stature, but Sheriff Jim has the heart 3 times his size. Only a good guy would want law and order and safety for all his friends, and that would be a big buff sheriff. I hope you like my little rendition of the story of the sheriff. I'm going to go through a little bit of the sculpting, what is here. I really enjoy watching Minecraft SMPs, all different kinds. There are so many. Some have role play, some have, set storylines, some is improv. It's a really fun thing, and I really admire the content creators on these. They have great content, and they're very engaging. I made this particular sculpture of Sheriff Jim at the end of 2022. And this is the first time I'm learning to edit videos and doing like voiceovers. So please bear with me. I hope to get better as time goes by. As many artists out there, when I sculpt or do any kind of art, whether it's drawing, painting, wood carving, anything like that, I watch YouTube videos while I do it, TV shows. I really like old B monster movies, world disaster movies, and sometimes it's just music. But as we all know, it would be a huge bad choice to let any of that into your videos. That would be just not good for your video and a copyright strike. When you do clay sculpture in the polymer media in particular, you start out with a wood base and you drill holes, and you do this so that you can use your armature wire to build up your character, whether it's a human form, an animal, or something organic. It gives you something to build on. Plus, you would have to use a ton of clay if every bit of that was clay. After you get your armature built, you can use like aluminum foil to build it up, to bulk out your shape. There's also a super sculpey. It's a lightweight that you can use to sort of make a rough shape and then build it up. You can use any kind of tools. You can buy tools, or you can make some from some stuff you've got on hand. I use a ball stylus. This is a stippling piece right here that it's like little wires that you poke holes into something. I use it to make it look like short hair or a man's beard. There's a ball stylus that you use to roll around and smooth things. There's silicone shapers that are real smooth. Sometimes I just roll the edge of a tool on something to shape it out. Like for the mouth, there's a pointed tool that you can use to mark out and start shaping out the mouth. You can get as much detail as you like in something or as little. The sculpting for me is a lot easier than the painting. The painting's kind of difficult, but you can use bamboo skewers. I use a bamboo skewer on this to hold the head to build it so I can get the shapes in without destroying it too much, since did not like a shape and then bake it and then go back in and put more detail. You can add little pupils, you can make holes, you can recess the eyes in. This is just the style I chose for this. You can use a sponge smoothing tool. There's so many things you can do to add textures and details. Even build a little bandana for the bandana that the sheriff wears. Put it around his neck. You're going to notice that I did make a few things like his vest, the star, his pistol off camera. I didn't realize till I was editing that I had not pushed record on some of it, but it's just kind of the way it goes. I will do some turnarounds here to show you what it looks like in the back and the front. Put some little pockets on his backside. I'm making a lasso out of some armature wire. In Minecraft, you use a lasso in order to, it's like a lead for a horse or whatever you're trying to get at the time. There's horses and cows and sheep and chickens and all kinds of things. I rolled out a big ball of clay and started shaping it into a cowboy hat shape, because every sheriff should have a cowboy hat. Again, a large ball stylus and a medium to help shape out, give it that good western look. Just takes a little time. Sculpting actually takes many, many hours to sit in there work. I do find it relaxing. I love to sit there and listen to something and get lost in my thoughts and work. Just have a good time. It's a good way to kind of lose yourself and reset. So I'm not going to, well, sometimes there are frustrations, but for the most part, it's very enjoyable. I would recommend it no matter what your level, if you've never sculpted before or if you're going to be an expert. It's just fun. It's a good thing to do. I'm making a small Totem of Undying, which is also part of Minecraft. It's a small get out of jail free card to, if you get killed one time. And just moving around, I sculpted the deputy sheriff, which is a cat, and also a sign. Minecraft has the ability to get wood and make little signposts. You can leave notes for people, or on this one, it's our Respect the Sheriff sign, as that's the theme, that the poor sheriff really didn't get any respect from his fellow Empire people. So you want, after you bake it and let the clay cool, it is firm and hard so that you can paint it. You can see I pre-poked some holes in his vest, and that is for his cape later. In Minecraft, they have elytra, which is kind of like wings that allows them to glide down, and if they have rockets, it allows them to fly. So I base coated everything in a parchment color, which is kind of a cross between white and beige. It's good to go ahead and get you a base coat on your sculpture so that all of your paint can go on evenly. It kind of seals up any pores and cracks that possibly are in there. Sometimes you have to have tiny, tiny brushes for little bitty details. You can use matte paint. You can use gloss paint. There's like dragonfly glazes. There's color shift. There's all kinds of fun things depending on what you're doing. I did choose a terracotta to do the wood base, as that's the color of the mesa in this particular character's Boom. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you'll be inspired to try some art yourself. And thank you, and have a great day.